Hi everybody, welcome to the first Platinum Mastermind call of 2019. I hope you guys had a great holiday season, and we're going to be kicking off the Mastermind call. Um, for those of you who joined us new, and for those of you who are current members, I've been running these Mastermind calls now for the last couple of years. We run them every 2 weeks, and it's really here for the benefit of everyone. It's basically, this is your opportunity to ask me questions, ask questions of people on the call, and an opportunity for us to actually all mastermind together and get the results and the outcomes we want from the challenges that we're facing moving forward in the world of joint ventures and strategic partnerships. Now, for those of you new to the call, if you go into the Facebook group, into the search box, and just type in Mastermind Call Recording, you can see all the past calls. Now, the past calls are really good. We've done some really cool case studies, and we've had some great results from those calls as well. So please do go back and look at those calls. And there are a lot of case studies in the group. There's some extra training that I've done. Again, just type in case study into the search box, or case study training, and you'll see that will get picked up, and you can see all the stuff that we've covered while the group's been active. So just to get started, as always, the format for these mastermind calls is basically a mastermind format, and the mastermind call process works first of all by everyone stating their challenge in the group. When I post the date for the next mastermind call, in the comments box is where you want to be writing what challenges you're facing, or what you want me to cover on the call, whether it's training, extra training, or it's a scenario that you want me to cover and help you with, or you want the group to help as a collective mastermind. That's the place to state your challenge. And then as a collective and as a mastermind, we as a group ask qualifying questions, because sometimes the challenge may not really be a problem or a challenge. It could be something that could be easily solved, and we have to identify whether it really is a challenge. And myself and the group will ask questions just to clarify, to make sure that it's something that we can help with. And then obviously at the end, the next stage is to look at possible solutions to the challenge. And as always, as a group and as a collective, we all chip in by giving our own perspectives on the challenge and the solution offered. And myself, being the person with the most experience in the group, I also offer my individual solution in terms of if I was in that situation, or if I've been in that situation already, how would I approach it, and what would I do? Okay, so this is basically the mastermind call process. So, for future calls, follow that process. And always, when I put a post in the group, if you have any thing you want to discuss you want me to discuss on the mastermind call, you state your challenge, or the scenario in the group, and we will get it all answered here. Also, at the end of the mastermind call, we have a Q&A as well, so that's your opportunity there to ask me questions directly, or for me to field out any questions to the group. If you want to do some training for the group, you're welcome to do that. Just let me know in a private message that you want to do a training session for the group, and I'll get that set up, because we have a lot of experts in the group at different levels and at different activities. So if you have any training or something that you want to deliver to the group, you're welcome to do that. A lot of you guys have already done that, and I really appreciate that, and we can get it recorded and put it in the group. So it really keeps us moving forward and upwards as well. Okay, so before we start on the challenges, we've got 2 challenges this week, which is really good. I want to just cover a bit of training for you and show you a list building case study, right? Something that I did beginning of the new year. I've done this many times before. I've tested it different times before, but this one right now seems to be an easier way to do this. Building a list. It's very important that you all attempt to build a list, because the list is for you in the future is where you can easily monetize as a sideline gig, for example, or alongside your consulting or your brokering, for example, your deal making. It's always good to have a list, right? It's always good to build a list because there's so much value in a list. And I'm going to show you a way to build a list that has value, right? It's a list that you can monetize very, very easily. So first of all, building a list is easy. Anybody can build a list. All you need for a list really is a landing page and an offer. Most people have upsells that they do. ClickFunnels is very good for doing creating landing pages with funnels. I myself use lead pages. I do have a ClickFunnels account. Russell gave me one many years ago. I haven't really had an opportunity to do anything with it because my funnels are so basic. They're just one step and two step, and it's what I'm collecting and what I'm organizing as part of those funnels, which is very, very important. And I'm going to cover that with this training case study. So, building a list is easy, but building a list that people pay you to be on is a gold mine. I learned this many, many years ago when my first digital product was me being interviewed at a mastermind. And first of all, I was charging, I think it was $97 for that. That it was a DVD many years ago. This is before, when DVDs were very common, and I was charging $97 for the DVD. And one of my mentors said, "Look, why don't you try a free plus shipping offer?" And back then, Russell was promoting this, free plus shipping strategy, and I started giving the DVD away for free, but charging $7.95 for the shipping. And I built a substantial list, which I still have today, of people who have paid $7.95 each to be on that list. But obviously, as DVDs, they're not as popular anymore as they used to be. A lot of people want instant downloads and instant digital, which is the way things are going. So here's another take on that strategy that I used years ago to build a very, very good list that whenever I put an offer out to that list, they always buy, no matter what the price is of the offer. And that's what you want, really. You want a list like that has has buyers on there rather than prospects. Okay, and I've discussed this many times in my training, the difference between a list owner that has a list of buyers and prospects. Okay. So this way, every person on your list becomes a serious buyer who can easily be upsold. You want to have buyers on your list rather than prospects, okay? And when you're doing JVs with other companies and other individuals, you want to make sure that you're tapping into their buyers list, right? Not always their prospect list. Someone may approach you and say that I have a 500,000 list, and let's do a JV, it always is a good idea to ask the question: is that how many buyers are actually on that list? Do you have 500,000 people on your list? Are only 5,000 of those buyers? Because I'd rather do a campaign to the 5,000 buyers to generate revenue and income than do a campaign to 500,000. If it's a lead generation exercise, then that's fine. 500,000 is good. But if it's just the buyers, that's where you're going to really make the money. Okay, and that's what we want to focus on. We want to focus on the money aspect. How can we maximize and leverage people who have already bought before and will buy again? Right, so just always remember that. I've had people pay $1, $7, and $7.95, and then purchase a $10,000 program. So this thing about the upside down funnel, as in people have to buy this, to buy that, to buy this, it's absolute rubbish. If you give them something and it piques their interest and it positions you as the expert, then people will buy from you. It's simple as that, right? And on my program, I've created training on there showing you things to do to build your credibility. It's very important you do that because that is what really determines you in the marketplace, and allows you the ability to charge retainers. Okay, all right, rather than just do JVs on a commission only basis, which is not bad. I did that when I first started. I did many JVs on a commission only basis, just on a percentage. And then later on down the line, when I became quite popular, I could pick and choose what JVs I wanted to do by slapping a retainer fee. And that, if only people could afford that, those are the people I'd work with. So the thing is, you don't need a big list, right, to make millions. That's absolute rubbish. And I've gone this through myself. I had a very, very big list, and I've cut that list down tremendously because I just want people on my list who, one, are interested in hearing from me, two, are interested in my offers, three, are interested in coming on my programs or purchasing my programs or doing my mentoring one day. Okay. So you don't need a big list to make millions, but saying that, just make sure that if you're dealing with someone else that has a big list, that we can access their buyer list rather than their prospect list, because that's where the money is. I'm going to go through a campaign I did recently. This was a New Year campaign. It was a $1 campaign that resulted in just over 2,000 plus sales. And one thing I wasn't anticipating, to be honest with you, was I tied in to the offer the opportunity for them to get on a 30-minute strategy call. And each person that purchased actually filled in the form and gave me their telephone number as well for a free strategy session. So, bit of a dilemma. I've got about 2,000 telephone numbers that I need to go through, but like I say, I've contacted everyone on that list to let them know that this is going to be, a short-term thing, and I'm putting a team together to actually help me do that. But I'm sifting through them as I speak because I actually did a mailing actually just last week, just to let people know to get back to me with a determined day and time, right? So that's how I've really filtered it. Say, look, those people who do that are those the ones that I will get in touch with first. But it's a great dilemma to have, eh? I mean, that'll keep me busy for quite a while. So I'm launching a new mentoring program very soon. So I think my opportunity will be, to upsell those people to a mentoring program, actually a business mentoring program. So that'll keep me busy for, at least the next couple of months. So this is something that you guys can do also, right? And I'll show you exactly how to do it. So, also I promoted this offer to my list and social media as well. So I hit my group that I've got 3,000 members in of. I also hit other people's groups. Now, because it's an offer, and I'm not really pitching, I'm giving away something of value. I'm actually giving I think it was a $500 or $997 program. That I did many, many years ago, and I just gave the audio recordings to it for $1. It was just so much value. And the people's groups that I promoted it, I actually told them beforehand that, look, hey, is it okay for me to post this, because it will just bring tremendous value to everyone in the group. And people promoted it for me, and it was really, really cool. I've been around for quite a while. A lot of people know me, so I don't really get badgered too much when I post things like that, but I do let people know. But like, social media is free. Whatever groups you can hit, as long as the offer is good, as long as it's not you're offering something of value, people like it. So here's what I did. So first of all, here's the email I sent to my list, and I said, hey Stephen, here's my crazy gift for you to start 2019 on a high. As you know, every year I do a live 6-week online program that teaches people how to utilize joint ventures for their business or make money doing joint venture brokering. Now, this is a course I used to do called Joint Ventures for Business. I haven't done it for quite a while, but I've got the recordings to it. People actually pay $997 for this program and get 6 weekly live modules, all the video and audio recordings, one-to-one strategy session, and all the joint venture agreements they need. However, as we begin 2009, I want to give you access to the same training for just $1. So what's the catch? Actually, there isn't any. For $1, I want to give you access to the audio recordings of the whole program. I would like you to apply the training and make money. This to me is what's most important, and I want to put all the risk on me. All I want in return is for you to contact me if you apply the training and make money, as I'm looking for more case studies. So the reason why I did this, I said, look, I'm just looking for case studies, right? So I want to give it away to people, but I don't want to give it away. They've got to pay $1 for it, right? But I want case studies because people who pay, even if it's $1, those are the people that will do something with it. And, I said, does that sound reasonable? I'm only going to offer this to you for the next 72 hours and then take it down. Click below now to get my crazy $1 gift. And then they click on the link, and then it says, all I ask in return is for you to contact me if you apply the training and make money, whether it's 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, or 1 million. Here's to a fantastic 2019. Now, a lot of people have done taken my free YouTube videos and made money. A lot of people have taken some of my training, what I've given away, like this, and actually made money. And for me, it's really cool case studies. But the reason why I did it really is it's not the offer, right? It's what I attach to the offer. So let me show you. So it's not really the offer. That's the main important thing. And this is the social media copy that I use to post in groups. So I said, look, you can now get my flagship joint venture business course for just $1. This crazy offer is only available for the next 72 hours, so hurry. Click below to get yours now. I've got a longer a copy that I put in some other groups because I wanted to, like give them a reason why I was doing it, and I shortened my email. But that's the gist of some of the copy that I was using on social media and like in LinkedIn groups as well. So here's the landing page. So here's what I was offering. It was my $1 Million Partnering Online program, which is just the MP3s, right? They get all the modules. Plus, at the end, if you can see, it says a one-to-one strategy session with Sahel, priceless, right? So that's really my aim with this, guys. It's not to make money. It's to build a list that people have paid to be on, but also get the telephone numbers and get permission to call them, so I can, number one, talk about what they thought about the course, what are their thoughts, what are they doing, and what help they need, and what I can offer them, right? So that's the main reason I did this, because for me, it's like I don't do any advertising. I've never spent money on advertising at all. And someone said to me the other day, why don't you do Facebook ads? I'm like, dude, I got 2,000 strategy calls from this free campaign. Why would I want to spend money on Facebook ads? So I've always done things like this, and gone to other people and said, look, can you share this in your list, or could you mail this to and it's a similar thing. It's a JV, basically. I went to other people's groups and said, look, do you mind promoting this or sharing this in your group? I'd be really, really grateful. And, I'll give you a copy of it as well. You can actually get a copy. So I actually gave him the actual copy of the video and the audio, right? So I did a bargain with him and said, look, I'll give you an actual copy of the course, but everyone else should just get the audio. So, again, it's leverage and it's bargaining, right? Okay. So let's just look at what I did. It's not about the offer. It's what I attach to it, right? When I get people on a call, okay, my closing rate is around the 90% mark. Because most people I talk to on the phone specifically speak to me about getting into joint ventures, right, and learning about joint ventures. So I can very easily close people on a call with any of my programs, right? So closing on a call is really, really good. And you build rapport as well with people. It's pretty cool. You get to talk to them. It's really nice, rather than just sending an offer and people just purchase it online and in comes an order, which is also nice. But it's always nice to talk to someone when you're taking their credit card details, and really getting a feel for that person and seeing how you can really help them. It is really, really cool. Good. It's a really good feeling. And then they fill in they purchase a $1 offer, and this is what they get, right? This is the message they get, and it says, final step. To get the download link and also your one-to-one strategy session with Sahel, please click the yellow button below now to get instant access. So when people say to me, oh, look, I purchased, but I lost the link. Can you send me the download link? I don't send them the download link to the actual modules. I send them the link to the thank you page, right? Because they could share that anywhere, right? So I'm protected there. So when they click get instant access, this is what comes up. It says, almost there, please complete this form and click the button below to get instant access to your download. Enter your details below to download. First name, email, contact number. Download the MP3 package. Now, every single person that's purchased, right, has filled this form in, because not only do they want the download, they also give me their contact numbers and they're giving me permission to call them for a strategy session, right? So you see how powerful this is. And like I say, just over 2,000, we did just over 2,000 on the $1 campaign, and we did just over 2,000 on the leads as well, with all the contact numbers. So it's a bit crazy, man, going through it and looking at and scheduling it. So I'm getting some of my VAs involved as well to really help me, but I've got a way to filter them, and we started doing that this week. But do you see that, guys? Do you see how the leverage on that? Everything we do is about leverage, right? You've got to find the leverage points, man. You've got to be smart, yeah. You've got to be smart, basically, and think of the points that get you to your destination quicker. Yeah. So if you guys got any questions for me, we'll do a Q&A at the end. But is that something that you guys will find helpful? Is that something that you guys think you could create yourselves and put together yourselves? To help you generate leads? Okay, brilliant. Yeah, good stuff. And this is what we do. This is the beauty of these calls. These calls where I'm showing you a different way to and a different angle, okay, to look at things, right, outside the box. So that's why it's very important that we that we either get on these calls or we watch the recordings. It's very, very important. If you're watching the recordings, go out and do this, man. Seriously, go and implement. If you want help from me, just ping me. There's a form in the group called the appointment setting form, and I've tagged it. It's in the group. Make sure you have a copy of that on your desktop. If you ever need to get on a call with me, you must fill that form in first. Send it to me so I know what we're going to talk about, and then I can help and prep you on the call. So like I say, you're welcome to take my copy as well if you want. You can use it. I don't mind. You can reorganize it, rejig it, and test it, and go out there and use it. But yeah, it's good stuff, man. It works. I've done this I've done this 1,000 times with different styles of offers, but all the same. And I've always attempted to build a list that has value in there, and people that are on the list, but they've paid to be on the list. So that's quite a unique thing. A lot of people say, yeah, generate leads, build a list. But what? I mean, build a list of what? People who are just interested in not hearing from you or not interested in buying from you. You want buyers on your list, man. You don't want prospects. You don't want freebie hunters. That's what you don't want. Just a waste of time. Okay, guys. So I hope you really enjoyed that case study. And like I said, I'm gonna make sure that it's you guys. The recording will be up. So if you're watching the recording, if you've got any questions, put it in the group and let me know how I can help on that. Okay, so let's go on to the challenges now. For the first challenge is from Eric Briggs. Eric is a barter specialist. Okay, he came to my JV Broken Bootcamp actually not too long ago, actually back in November. And before that, and Eric's he's a very talented guy, and I think he'll do really, really great doing what I do, but on the bartering side, right? So Eric says, look, my issue is crafting the right offer to generate leads for my program. I don't know whether to offer a free report of some type, mini webinar to validate my offering before a regular one, or offer a paid webinar where there is a deposit of $97, but you only pay after the webinar if you feel that you received a great deal of value and actionable content. Now, I want to put this out to the group. All of you guys that are on this call, there's quite a few of you on the call today. Do you have any ideas for Eric? From the scenarios that Eric's put there that you can see, what are your opinions on what Eric should do to solve this challenge as a solution? Or is there something that you've seen that's been successful, or is there something that you've done yourself that you can help Eric with? So I want you to just put it in the chat box if you can help Eric. If you've got any questions for Eric, please put it in the chat box. Eric is actually on the call, so that's good. And we'll see how we go there, and then I will actually give my solution in terms of what I would do in that situation, because I've been in that situation myself many times. So I'm just going to give you guys a minute just to see if there's anyone on the call that wants to pitch in or has any ideas for Eric. Please do put it in the chat box, and if not, then I'll roll forward and I will give my solution. I'll give my solution to the challenge that Eric's posed there. Okay, brilliant. So Eric Murray says Eric has an amazing program, but his challenge is getting potential clients, customers to understand how awesome it is. Murray says, I'm anxious to hear your solution. Okay, brilliant. Eric says, I've done barter deals, but it was Eric Baquet. Did I spell your surname properly there? Let me know. Eric says, because we've got two Erics here. Eric says, I've done barter deals, but it was a relationship sale. My client had no idea how to do a barter deal. I've run webinars, direct mail for my consulting services, then barter after. Okay, oh, interesting. Okay, that's really, really good. So yes, webinars are good. See, Eric is good here because webinars and direct mail work really, really well hand in hand. Not many people do direct mail. I used to do direct mail a lot, but obviously now it's different because I've got a book that I use. That is really my direct mail piece, my calling card, which you guys have all got access to as well. And I'm going to show you in a couple of slides how to use that. So that's good. Thanks for that, Eric. Thanks for that info. Okay, so I'm going to go and just show you exactly what I would do in this situation. So I'm going to give my proposed solution here because I've done this plenty of times, right? So here's the thing, Eric. Yeah, Eric Briggs. It all depends on the outcome. These scenarios that you have, it all depends on the outcome you want. So always work backwards from the outcome, right? Which I've always done that with every single business I've ever owned, every single campaign I've done. I've always worked backwards from the outcome I want, right? So what is the outcome you want? Is it sales or is it calls? So, Eric, what are you looking for here? Are you looking for straight sales of your program, or are you looking for calls to get people on to sell your program over a phone call? First of all, can you give me your price of your program? Put your price of your program in the chat box. I think it is your program. If it is, I'm sure it's over $1,000 actually. Let's have a look. Yeah, Eric, Eric Briggs, if you can just let me know the price of your program. Murray's asked a really good question. He said the challenge of the webinar is how do you get people interested in signing up when they may not understand what he's offering? Now, to promote any webinar, it's all in the headline, right? Your headline has to suck people in. Now, what is bartering? What are you offering? If you're offering a service, right, it's to help people with a speedy solution, right? Okay, a speedy solution. Yeah, speed is what you're selling. That I can do it for you, or this is what I can do. If you're selling a program to make them into bartering consultants or bartering specialists, okay, that's different because it's now a biz op. So what your offer really is a biz op offer. Regardless of what it is, it's a biz op offer. If it's bartering and they don't understand what bartering is, it is a speed. It is how I can. Here's how I can show you to utilize your current assets or liquidate your current assets or trade your current assets without spending any more money. Right? Okay. So it's a concept, really, when you think about it. It's all in the headline. It is what's going to make people say, yes, I need this. Right? So Eric, when you say okay, so good. So you wanna get people on call. Perfect. 1997 to 4997 for individuals, 25,000 for corporates. Now we already discussed this. For corporates, it's different. You wouldn't get them for webinars. You would have to go to LinkedIn and do the strategy that I posted again and again by using the script, sending them the book, then sending them a letter, then getting it that your foot in the door to show them exactly how you can help them with this with the bartering concept. Okay, right? So that's how you do it with the corporates. Individuals, yes, the webinar route works really, really well, or a route that gets them on a sales call. So calls are easy to sell on, right? So free webinars work best with a discovery call at the end to see if they qualify for your program. But it's all in the headline. So for example, my headline used to be, let me show you how to make 6 and 7 figures by doing joint ventures. Yeah, or let me show you how to easily make 6 or 7 figures a year by just putting people together. Yeah, or by networking. Yeah, so people understand that concept. They may not know what a joint venture broker does, but most people say, hey, I enjoy networking. I enjoy connecting people. I do that all the time, but I don't get paid. I need to watch this because I need to find out how I get paid by doing networking, right? By doing super networking, how do I get paid? Okay, so that is basically used to be my headline that I used to use a lot for webinars. I haven't done webinars for quite a while, to be honest with you, because nowadays people know who I am, what I do. So I just put up a post and say, hey, I'm doing a boot camp, I'm doing a workshop, I'm doing a program. I've got 15 places or 20 places. If you're interested, click this link, have a look. And they just go to a page where I've got the whole program listed and a video. And then basically, if it's a online program, I sell it off the page because it's only a couple of $1,000s. If it's a boot camp, which is between 5 and 10K, I do a call because I want the right people in the room for that. Online, I don't mind. I can have like 15, 20 people, but in a room, when I do a boot camp, I have to have the right people in the room. Okay, so that's how I do it. So free webinars work best with a discovery call at the end to see if they qualify for a program, and then like I said, it's easy to build a list first by getting people to download a free checklist or free interview. It's always good to build a list. Build a list also at the same time. Give away a free checklist, or do a like a podcast interview. Give away that podcast interview to another person's list or in a group. You don't have to do a free checklist. You can do what I did, but charge $1 for it. And say, look, this is the checklist that I usually give to clients. I usually charge them $25 or $20 for it or $50 for it. But, you can get a copy of this checklist right now for $1. Yeah? See, this is what I might start doing with all mine. I've got a couple of freebie lead pages out there. One's my free joint venture agreement, right? The reason I do free is because a lot of people like, free basically. I've got free joint venture agreements. I've got free joint venture book. I've got free joint venture slides, free joint venture scripts. So I've got a lot of things out there for free. But for me, what's easiest is to convert them and say, look, do you want a joint venture agreement with an NDA? I'll give it to you for $1. Get this agreement for $1. So try that. Try a split test. Try a free checklist and try a checklist for $1. Because it is a professional document. If they go out there and try and buy it, most of the times, where are they going to get a bartering checklist from or a bartering agreement from, right? That costs you money. So if you can charge people, even $1 for that, and do what I did and build my list, then it's easier for you to invite those people to a webinar and say, look, you've got the checklist now. Sign up to a webinar. Or what you could do is what I did, right? You could do, if you buy this $1 webinar, with this $1 agreement or this $1 checklist, you also get access to my free training, right? So now they've submitted their first name, email to download the checklist, automatically they should get registered to a webinar. If you can find a way to automate that, right? Find out a way to automate that, because you can. GoToWebinar has a is it GoToWebinar? I think GoToWebinar or Lead Pages has a form that when they fill that form in, it shoots their details to your Aweber, and it automatically. Oh my God, you know what? I just figured this. What could be an amazing campaign. It registers them on your Aweber as a paid person on your list, and it automatically registers them onto your GoToWebinar. Wow. Okay. That's amazing. I don't know why I never thought about that, but obviously I'd get that could be my next campaign. Download a joint venture agreement bundle for $1, and then get access to free training. So if they download the the agreement bundle, it puts them on my list, and then it shoots them an automated GoToWebinar registration for the training. So now I do the webinar, and then I could also sell them at the end of the webinar. So yeah, I like that. So that is something that you could easily do. Eric, the other Eric says, haha, yeah, I had to read 5 books and buy a $600 program to learn how to do barter, and still had to figure out how to do it on my own. See? So Eric Briggs, I think you're onto something quite big here. I think you can build a very, very big lead gen machine if you gave away a bartering agreement for $1, and then sign them up to a free training showing them how to use the bartering agreement, right, and how to barter. At the end of the barter introduction to bartering course, then you can upsell them to your program. I think that'll work really, really well. Cool. Yeah, good. There you go. I think I've just created a whole new business for you there, to be honest with you. And I won't take a cut. That's really good. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. I might use that. I might utilize that somewhere myself. So look, everything we do is a test. Okay. That's why you have to consistently be doing things on a weekly basis. Forget daily. I can say to you, do something every day. That's bullshit. Do something every week, right? You could do something every day if you want to, but I think if you do something every week, you're more focused, because every day you can do something, but then, yeah, I think just, do something on a weekly basis. It helps. If you've got time to do it on a daily basis, man, do it on a daily basis. But I think, doing it like that really, really helps. Okay, so good. Eric, I hope that helped you and your situation. And anyone listening to this, look, guys, I've just given you a mind-blowing lead gen super monster idea, right? Which I'm going to do as well. I think I'm going to implement this, and I'm going to share my results to the group as well. And Eric, I think you should definitely get onto this as well. Right, good stuff. Okay, we're doing really, really good. Okay, brilliant. So Eric, are you all good now? Have I done a good job there? Good. See, this is what they pay me the big bucks for, guys. This is what they pay me the big bucks for, right? And you're really literally getting it for free. Okay, good. Good stuff. Good stuff. And guys, this is good stuff, man. So it's helping me as well because I'm just realizing some really really cool stuff. Okay, so good. So the funny thing is you both have B in your surname, so I can't call you both Eric B. Okay, so the other Eric, the other Eric, his challenge was, do you approach local businesses who don't have a clue differently than more sophisticated marketers? This is a really really good question, right? Because a lot of people in the group want to do local JVs, right? But I think Eric's hit the nail on the head because if I was ever to do local JVs, I would do it. I would do it the same way. I would pursue the art market because I'm always fascinated by the art market, and there's lots of money in the art market. Or would it be better to preach to the converted? Okay, so I'm going to answer that. And if anyone else has any tips for Eric, please let me know. Eric says, I want to pursue in the art market. Great market, man. You've got to build the art market is all about contacts, right? And building relationships and rapport. Okay. One of the things that I'm pursuing is going into the luxury market in terms of exotic cars and luxury watches, right? I've always had an interest in them, always collected them, and I want to pursue that in the near future and spend more time doing that. I've done it as a hobby, but I'd like to make it into a real business. So Eric says, I want to pursue the art market, painters, galleries, frames, interior decorators, real estate agents, as well as some Dream 100 opportunities, which is great. I always say, man, go, aim for the high. Eric says, call me cool, Eric. Okay, cool. So cool, Eric says, always, I always say aim high. Dream 100 is a great example. I'm trying to remember. Old friend of mine, I forgot his name now. He's passed away. He coined the phrase Dream 100. I forgot his name now. It's left my head. Anyway, yeah. So there's a book on the subject. I think it's called The Sales Machine. I think he wrote The Ultimate Sales Machine. Chet Holmes, that's it. Oh, David. Oh, brilliant. Okay, brilliant. Yeah, that's it. Chet Holmes. I met him many, many years ago. Great guy. I met him when I spent a bit of time with Jay Abraham. Those two guys did something together. And yeah, I love the guy. He's a great guy. Very, 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 very good at what he does. So yeah, Chet Holmes originally coined that phrase, the Dream 100. So if anyone's got any ideas for Eric, cool Eric, let me know, or else I'm going to go, and I think I'll probably just jump into my solution because I've had experience in this market, and here's exactly what I would do. So first of all, when it comes to the local market, right, for local businesses, offering them a free workshop or free training will warm them and build trust, right? So if you're in your locality, it could be a good idea to either run a free workshop for them, for example, and get them all together, a free lunch and learn, builds rapport, right? Because that industry is a relationship-based industry. You can't just walk into an establishment and say, hey, man, I can show you how to make more money by doing JVs, blah, 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 blah. Most of these guys are savvy, right? Most of them will understand how joint ventures work, like coupon marketing, for example. So most of the people in the art industry, they do collaborations. So if you're targeting that market in the high-end market, right, or mid-end, they understand how joint ventures work, right? But it's all about building rapport and trust. You want to be known as the go-to guy, right, for those people in that market who can make the connections and who can put deals together, right? The deal maker, right? That's what you really, really want to be known for. But that is rapport. So you've got to figure out what they want. One of the things you can do is like I've mentioned in the program again and again, ask them what they need. Tell them right now in your business, what do you need? What can I help you with right now? How can I help you sell more of your product or service? What do you need? I'm a deal maker. I have a network. Let me see what I can do for you. Right. So, and then I would, that's how I would really approach it. Right. Because most of them do already know how collaborations work. And I've got a couple of ideas for you. Like, for example, in the art market, focus on the high margin products and the services, because this is where you're going to make money. Now, I've always said about joint ventures, right? If someone's already making money and you bring them more customers, they're going to make more money. And as long as they're making money, you're going to make money, right? So think about that. Always think about that. Always work with people who are already making money. Startups are interesting to work with. I mean, I would probably work with a startup if they gave me an equity share and I knew or had an inkling that they would become big one day. So, my investment in time and effort in them would pay off. I mean, I've got kids now, so for me, that investment would be something that I want to pass down to my kids. I don't need the money, to be honest with you. Thanks to God, I'm financially free. I don't have, I don't need the money, so I don't do things for the money anymore. But I have kids, young kids at the moment. But obviously, if I do something like that, I always look if I do an equity consulting for equity gig, is this something that I could pass on to my kids, right? Because it's them who will have that in the future and be handed down to them, right? So that's how I look at that. On the art market side, yes, high margin products, right? And always work with a business that's making money already, because that way you're guaranteed that you will make money, right? So always think about that. If a business is consistently making money, you're just developing either an additional revenue stream for them, or you're showing them how to make more money with their existing customers. That's all we do. We don't do anything else. We don't do any other magic stuff, right? We build another additional revenue stream using joint venture partners, or we make more money for them with existing customers by selling them other products from JV partners that we source, right? So that's all we do. We don't do anything else. Okay, so the art market, yes, good. Focus on high margin products. Now, you should be building credibility using the free JV book. Now, you've got everything there that you need for the branded or co-branded book. That is always good to get out into people's hands. Now, you've got to create a mechanism, right, where people put their hands up and say, Eric, I read the book, or I read the information, or I saw the video, and I want to know, will this work for my business? And the answer is always yes. When someone says to you, well, do you think this will work for us? The answer is always yes. Because you've got me as a backup, and you've got the whole group, right, to help you as well. So that we will always find a solution to a challenge. It's always going to be, there's always going to be a solution. So the book would help, especially in that marketplace, to build your credibility. You just got to create the mechanism. What would be the mechanism? On LinkedIn, I use a script where I go, look, hey, love what you guys are doing, love your products, love your store, love your service, love what you're doing in the industry. I want to send you something that I think will really, really help you and help you, make more money in your business without spending more money, right? And leverage what you already have. And it's my book on joint ventures. Take it, read it, and then with that, I always send something that says, look, once you read the book, I'll let you. I'll do a half-hour consulting, half-day consulting gig, full-day consulting gig. I'll pay for it, and I'll see how I can help and what we can do for you. And at the end of that, you say, look, I've told you what to do. I've showed you what to do. Now, do you want to do it, or do you want to do it yourself, or would you like me to do it for you? That's how you sell it. You don't say, this is what I charge, this is what I want, and these are my terms. It's bullshit. You just say to them, I've showed you what to do. I've told you what to do. Do you want to do it yourself? Can you do it yourself? Or would you like me to do it for you? And then they'll just ask, okay, so if you do it for us, how much is it going to cost us? Entirely up to you, right? You can either say, look, it won't cost you nothing, because I'll waive my retainer on this first deal I do for you, right? Let's do one deal together first. I'll waive my retainer, and whatever we make from that, we'll split it 50-50 or whatever, and that will give you the money to be able to afford my retainer. Yeah, so you can do that. You've got to be really clever, man. Because look, you've got to put yourself in other people's shoes. If someone came to me and I don't even know who this person is, and they try to sell me something, I'm like, dude, I don't even know who you are or what you're doing. You're giving me terms and contracts and agreements. Prove you can do it, or show me what you can do. And if I'm happy with it, I'm happy to sign a long-term agreement with you. Yeah. So just think about it. Just think about how you like to be approached, right? Just think about how you like to be approached. And that's the thing. I think that's what makes me so successful in my game, or in whatever I do. I always put myself in other people's shoes, right? And I try and think, how would they react if I tried to push this on them? If someone came to me and says, man, you're doing well, and a lot of people do come to me and say, look, we want to be affiliates or whatever. I'm saying, look, dude, I sold my business in 2017. I don't really want to go back in working 24 hours a day or 12 hours a day. I don't want to work full time anymore. I'm just cool. I've got People I help, I want them to go out and be successful. I've had my share of success, and I'm just focusing on my family now, and on other projects that I want to do that that I enjoy and are fun, right? So that's really really my focus, to be honest with you. But this for you guys, look, man, you know what it is. You got to basically go out there and try this shit. Yeah, just go out and do it. Some things will work, some things won't work. But what you've got is you've got access to me and the group, so you can always come back and say, look, guys, I did this thing. Here's what happened. I didn't get the exact response I wanted, but the guy said to me, if you could offer me this, I take it. Right? So to always think about it. There's always a solution for everybody, right? But it has to be the right solution for you also, right? And like I say, when you build a relationship with someone and they open up and they allow you to do more things with them, then you'll make more money. The whole thing is, though, getting your foot in the door and getting started. You have to start somewhere, right? So just think about that, okay? Just really, really think about that. So I've got an idea for you, Eric. Cool, Eric, right? Secure luxury locations like car showrooms, right? We talk about assets. We talk about acquiring assets, acquiring the rights to assets, right? Car showrooms, car lots, right? In exchange to increase their sales by bringing in the right clientele. Now, if you've got contacts in the art market, for example, high-end art galleries, why not organize a high-end art gallery in the car showroom, like a Mercedes showroom, BMW, Rolls-Royce, for not only for their clients, but to bring in the gallery's clients as well. So now you're bringing in new clients. Then you also contact a wine company or a drinks company and say, look, hey, can you come in, provide free drinks, and we'll give you free publicity to your clientele that you're after. Now you've got 3 JVs working at the same time, making you money, and you will get a cut of everything, right? So again, start building relationships. Yeah, start building relationships. That's what you need to be doing. So just be really clever, build your relationships so you have an opportunity to talk to people and say, hey man, this is a great showroom, you got there, and you've got like some Aston Martins in there, and I see you've got a corner space there. Now, I have contacts in the industry, and we're looking for a location that we can hold a high-end art gallery, right? I'll bring the gallery, they'll bring their paintings, you bring your clients, the gallery will bring their clients, the wine company will provide the free drinks, they'll bring their clients along for the evening, and now you've got an opportunity to pitch all the people in the room to buy a car, all the people in the room to buy some paints, some art, all the people in the room to buy some cases of drinks. And then if you want to go one step forward, you can even get a corporate sponsor if you wanted to. But then you got the showroom. So yeah, just think about it. Yeah, think about the things that you can do. But you have to secure you secure the assets first, right? The ability to do that. You can do this for anything. There's a lot of showrooms that I walk past that are empty. They're not doing well. They're not making money. They're not making sales. It's a shame because restaurants are the same. I walk past so many new startup restaurants that are just empty. I'm like, really? They want customers. They need people to go in the door. So figure out a way that you can say, look, I'll tell you what, I can bring a customer to you every minute of the day. Every 5 minutes, I can bring a customer through that door. And they'll say, what do you want? I just want a cut. Whatever you make, you pay me $1 per customer. Can you do that? By the end of the day, tally up, you get 500 customers or 100 customers, I'll take $100. So, just think about the cool things you can do, right? And like I say, it's always the approach, right, that you take. Just talk to people, build your network, build your relationships, build your. But the art market is good, man. I mean, if I was really going to go back into this again full time, I would really focus on that market, especially when I used to live in central London, where the art market is a killer. It's a good market. All right, guys. So Eric, cool, Eric, is that good? Did that help? Any of those things help you? Just okay, brilliant, excellent, good stuff. So see these mastermind calls are very, very useful, right? Because the ideas and the things that we come up with, and this is some of the stuff that I've done. So this is not all theory based, right? Some of this stuff is stuff that I've done, and it's just a tweak on some of the things that I've done. Good. I'm glad everyone's happy. Okay, guys. So we're gonna just be coming into the end of the call, and now if you've got any questions for me about anything, about the case study training, or any other questions you wanna ask me, you're welcome to do that right now, and then we'll end the call, and then I can get it ready to be uploaded into the group. It'll be uploaded tomorrow. So, well, guys, let me know if you've got any questions. Please put in the chat box. Otherwise, we'll wrap up the call, and I'll get it all rendered and what have you. Yes, I like the luxury art market better than the fitness, right? Much better than the fitness, because the luxury art market, if you can build a good reputation in the market, I mean, the fitness thing is okay, but it's what everyone's doing, man. And you don't want to be like a sheep. You don't want to follow what everyone's doing. You want to, yeah, exactly, yeah, higher margin, less work. And the thing is, man, isn't it cool to be known in that industry as a deal maker, to have those connections where people actually call you and say, look, man, we've got this consignment coming in, and do you think you can find us some partners who might be interested in doing a collaboration, or do you have someone who has access to these clients who might be interested in this product, right, or in this piece? Man, if you can do that, you're like the super deal maker, and if you can build your list of people that are interested in things like that, you become a broker. You can become an art broker. That's what you become. You just broker art for people, because you've got that network of people who are interested in purchasing art, for example, or doing something with art, whether it's interior design or whether it's or whatever. I think it's a good market to pursue. Good stuff. Well, guys, let me know any more questions. Please put it in the chat box. Yeah, you're welcome, Eric. And let me know. Eric Briggs says, should I do the $1 offer through a Facebook ad to business opportunity? Don't do Facebook ads yet. Don't waste money on paid ads until you can prove the concept works. Now, we'll figure this out. Create the offer, and then could you send it to me, and I'll figure out how I can help you on that in terms of promoting, because I've already promoted a $1 offer to my list, so I don't want to be promoting another one. But we could promote, I could figure out ways to promote it in other people's groups for you, so that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, create the offer first. Let me have a look at it, and then you need to test it for free first. I would do that before you start, playing around with it, because you've got to see if it actually converts. If it converts, then run Facebook ads to business opportunity lists, because you know that the actual offer converts and people would pay $1 and they get registered and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, you got to test it first, man. Test it for free on social media, Facebook and LinkedIn, Twitter even. And then, yeah, we can take it from there. Good. All right, guys. So let me know if you've got any more questions. If not, then I'll wrap up the call. A great call today, by the way. Very, very good. Very good call today. Very, 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 very good call. Very pleased with that. And guys, like I say, for those of you guys watching the recordings, please be on the next call, right? So you've got the calendar, or you should have a link. You get a link a day before the actual mastermind call, telling you what time it is. The next call is. Actually, I'll give it to you right now. The next mastermind call we have is going to be on the 23rd of January at the same time, which I believe is 4 p.m. I think EST. Yeah, 4 p.m. EST. And like I say, you get the recording in the group. All right, guys. So thanks very much for getting on the call today. I really appreciate that. And for those of you guys watching the recording, I appreciate you guys spending your time as well. And give me your feedback. Let us all know what you thought of the call in the group, and it'd be great. All right, guys. So I'm signing off. So have a great evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. And I'll speak to you guys soon. So take care. Bye.